Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Lee, and this is my channel where I like to talk about all things that I've been knitting on over the past week. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025, and this is episode 73. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. And today I'm coming to you from a sunny southwest Wyoming where I live with my husband, our daughter, and our little Yorkie Dax. It is currently 22 degrees outside today, 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is sunny but cold. We're trying a different angle today. I have lots of windows on that side of the room, and when I look that way you can see the glare on my glasses, and so I'm trying to mitigate that as much as I can and show you some of my yarn. So let's talk about some admin stuff, and then we'll get into the knitting. I am hosting a Scrappy Cal this year. It goes from January 1st to December 31st, and I will be choosing prizes once a quarter. I have 3 different categories for your Scrappy projects. I have accessories, and for accessories, it's just anything that fits into the Ravelry category accessories. Scrunchies, hair ties, mitts, gloves, socks, shawls. I think I even saw like purses and bags. So if you knit any of those, knit or crochet, I'm going to open it up to knit or crochet. Hand knit or hand crochet. Put those in the Ravelry group. I will link the group in the description box below. Everything I talk about should be linked below. So accessories, anything that fits into the accessories category on Ravelry, and to be considered scrappy. Anything goes in the accessories category. Use your scraps, use leftovers, use a 50-gram mini or less, and put that into the scrappy category. As long as you can convince me it's scrappy, I'll take it. And then I have a sweaters and cardigans category. We're saying anything 3 colors or more fits into that scrappy category. I would like it to be started after January 1st, but if you have less than 50% completed before January 1st, 2025, then go ahead and put your finished object in the FO thread when you are finished. I did start a cardigan right before Christmas, but I think it's only like this far, and so I'm going to enter that one in there. I still have way more than 50% to go. So yeah, anything where you use leftovers or more than 3 colors, we're going to call that scrappy. Even if it's brand new yarn that you chose for that project, like the Douglas cardigan or the Stripes sweater by Andrea Mowry, the Desperate Housewives cardigan, like anything with stripes that you use more than 3 colors, put that in there. And then I have a blankets category. Anything 3 colors or more fits into that scrappy category. I was just looking at this yarn. This yarn has more than 3 colors. Brand new. But it's got 3 colors. Put it in a blanket for a niece, nephew, daughter, son, whatever. Call it scrappy. It's got more than 3 colors. So really the rules are pretty loose. Go with the flow. Make whatever you want. try to use some of your stash, and let's just have fun with it. Let's chat, let's give each other some ideas over in the Ravelry thread, and just low-key make stuff. So that is the admin stuff for this time. Let's talk about some finished objects and some works in progress. So the first thing I have finished is a hat that I started, I want to say I started this on Sunday or Monday. I had a 50-gram ball of Zen Yarn Garden yarn, fingering weight, and I found the Scraptastic hat. I'll put the designer and the name here on the screen. And I made this one for my husband. He wants it. This is a little bit big for my head. His head's a little bit bigger than mine. He wants it to like barely cover his ears right here with no slouch on top. So kind of like a fitted beanie that just barely covers his ears. So everything I have seen so far has been way too long for his liking. And I do like the fabric better on this one. It's a little less open than the white one I had yesterday. I have no idea what color this is besides blue. It came in a 50-gram mini skein set that didn't really have names for the colors. So that is finished, and that was the only finished object for this week. And then I have some works in progress. So my first two works in progress are socks. I'll show you the one that I've been working on the most this week. We had another Facebook auction for a member of our community that is going through some medical things and does not have insurance coverage for part of it. And so we did an auction, and I auctioned off a pair of hand knit socks to the highest bidder, and the highest bidder contacted me when they were paid for. We chose a color, and she said, surprise me with the pattern. And so I picked the Stack of Books pattern by Lindsay of Sock Witchery. I have finished the first sock, and I am started on the second one. So I am using my Yarnable yarn that I got this summer. Let me find the tag. It is June 2024. I'm a Succa For You. And it is Yarnable. And so I am almost finished with that one. So I've just got a little bit further to go. I do all my socks on 9-inch circulars until I get to the toe. I do the heel on the 9-inch circulars. I take the vanilla sock pattern by Crazy Sock Lady Designs, and I just plug in the stitch count stitch pattern for the second breakfast, or these ones are stack of books. So I started with 64 stitches in a 2x2 cuff. I did 20 rounds for the cuff, and then I started the pattern. I did a slip stitch heel flap. I think in the pattern it calls for 2 or 3 stitches of garter, but I do the heel in the Vanilla Socks pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady, and then I do the toe from that pattern also. So mostly when I do a pattern, I just take the pattern repeat and make it fit into the Vanilla Socks pattern. So that is living in my Knit for Brains bag. I needed a small bag to carry these around in. And then the next sock I worked on, I didn't work on very much, was my Uneek, it's Urth Yarns Uneek sock set. And this was their Christmas color 25. And I have a few more stripes. I'm gonna focus. I have a few more stripes on there. Let's see. They are going to match, I think. I did 64 stitches for the cuff, German twisted cast on, 2x2 rib for 20 rounds, and then I went into straight stockinette for the Vanilla Socks on 9-inch circulars that the Crazy Sock Lady has in her Ravelry store. So I will link that below. But I am just working on this just a little bit at a time. I need to get those other socks finished first, and then I will finish these ones. I still have my other 2 Christmas socks downstairs by my chair that I will work on after I get these socks finished. And then I worked on my What the Fluff sweater. This is a Bags by Awesome Granny. I think she still has this print in her shop. And I am doing the What the Fluff pullover. What the Fluff pullover, I think. It'll be on the screen. Uh-oh, I'm tangled. And I had just barely connected the front and the back, and have my sleeves connected in the round. And now, let's see if I can put some of these ends in here. Now I am almost ready for the bottom ribbing. So this is a pale pastel colors. It is the Wandering Flock, and it is the Jellybean color. And so I had 4 skeins, and I am on skein number 3. I have the ribbing, the V-neck, and the sleeves left to do. So in the pattern it says to do the hem ribbing, do the sleeves, and then do the v-neck. I think I'm going to do the v-neck. I'm going to do the hem ribbing, the v-neck, and then split my yarn for the sleeves and just make my sleeves a little bit longer, to maybe go down for a little bit longer than just t-shirt length. So that is living in here. And then I have my little tote with all my pink scraps. And I am doing the Melting Marl blanket by Stephen West. And I was, oops, dropped it. Let's see. I was right here last time. So I've done a couple more repeats. You do this kind of chevron repeat for a little while, and then you switch to a different pattern. There's 3 different sections, and you alternate the pattern sections. I think you do so many garter bumps, and then you switch to the other pattern, and then do so many repeats of that one and switch. So I am still on the pink section. Right now I'm holding, you hold 2 strands of fingering weight yarn throughout the whole thing. You drop 1 yarn and pick up another yarn, and you try not to switch both of them at the same time. So I'm holding both of these, and I'll switch this one out and keep going with this one, and then switch this one out while I keep going with the other one. And so I have a whole bunch of pinks in here that hopefully I can work through, and we'll just see how far that takes me. This is my entry for the Scrappy blanket cowl this year. It is almost 400 stitches from here to here. It's supposed to be like a large couch blanket. It probably will fit on my queen size bed when I'm finished. So I think I might make it tall enough to fit on my bed. We'll see how that goes. I just pick this up every once in a while at night when we are watching TV. It does take a while to get all the way down and back because there is almost 400 stitches on the needle. I think 380 something. When I did the I-cord cast on, just the I-cord and picking up the stitches took me about an hour just to cast on the blanket. So it's gonna take a while. I have my cute little dragon marking my progress. We'll move him up. See how far I can get on this. I do have some plans for another hat and some fingerless mitts coming up. I didn't receive anything in the mail this week. Trying to be really good about not just buying yarn, but I am participating in the monthly mystery colors from Mama Jess, and then the Yarn Prairie, who is Salt City Knits. She has a year of, I want to say Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, something, and I did order that. So I think I'm going to do both of those, my Yarnable, and I'm going to pause my row 1 until I work through some of my scraps, until I get my Melting Marl blanket finished. So we don't have any yarn this time. I do have yarn coming, so that will probably be shown next week. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what you're making. Let me know if you're going to participate in the make-along. And until next time, happy knitting!